I've always known that nice is broken, but I would never have expected him to be broken literally. As a nice fan, of course, I wanted him to come back, but not like this. He's like an empty shell. Don't tell me he's still a puppet even after that. Oh, it's heartbreaking to see him like this. But I can't help but wonder, is he really alive? What happened to him? Who did this to him? And how the heck he became qualified to participate here? Unfortunately, looks like we will only get the answers in season 2. So the most we can do at present is to theorize about it. There are plenty of theories related to him being like this, and I'll be sharing to you guys a summarized or grouped version of the popular theories I've come across with and some of my own. But before we discuss about the theories, let's look into these marks on him. In case you're not aware, Nice's profile picture in the official website has changed from this to this. He no longer has the light on his eyes, making him look unalive. Most of the cracks on him are on the left side of his face and body. There's also a bit on his neck and on his arm. These cracks are assumed to be caused by the impact of his fall, where he got injured twice. This is the first one, and this is the second one, where he fell face down. And if you look more closely, there are purple stuff in between those cracks on him. Looks familiar, right? So yes, he doesn't even have human blood since he appears to be literally made of fear now. With that, there's no way he's still human. These cracks aren't injuries that a human being would have. These should have looked more like scars made of flesh, and his clothes should be ripped instead. But nope, both his body and clothes look like cracks on an object that is fragile like glass. A very fitting description of what he looks like right now would be that of a broken porcelain doll. But how could this broken porcelain doll still be moving? We, together with Linling, had witnessed Nice fall to his death. In universe, Nice is also officially dead. So on his return, the audience in his universe are just as shocked as we are in the real world. And apparently, his comeback is considered as a resurrection in this news post. Before we discuss about that further, are you familiar with this voting system in our world? Well, in case not, on the official To Be Hero X website in BiliBili, you can vote for your favorite hero, like you're giving them trust points, and the rankings may affect their fate in the main story. We got a taste of that on the first batch of votes where Isol was last place. It resulted to him being kicked out of the tournament. In universe, it is explained as Linling rising to rank 9 while Isol dropping to rank 10. But for some reason, Nice became qualified to take the rank 10 spot, which made Isol's rank drop further to rank 11. And that made Isol disqualified to participate in the tournament. Originally, Linling is considered as the same as Nice. And if I remember correctly, it was after episode 4 was released when Nice and Linling are treated separately in this voting system. And it was really strange since it doesn't make sense for a dead character to remain in the rankings. But surprisingly, this dead character remained high in the top 10. So a lot of people have been speculating that the reason why Nice is back is because of us in the real world keeping him in the top 10. He cannot leave the story because a lot of people still put their trust in him and not letting him go. But with how he looks to be made of fear right now, then it's giving the implication that the trust we've been putting into him had turned into fear. Like with what happened with Zero, the fear of him being gone is making him stay. So yeah, this might be our doing. This is our fault. Or maybe not. I think there's a possibility that it was intentional for Nice to be resurrected from the very beginning. After all, based on the top 10 here, Lin Ling wasn't among the options, yet we see him included. So if this Nice on the top 5 is referring to the original Nice, then that explains why he has to be resurrected, and Lin Ling is the special candidate that will be added to the tournament regardless of the poll results. If ever he was on rank 10 on the final results that time, we wouldn't be seeing this resurrection. But if this Nice is indeed referring to Lin Ling, then Lin Ling could have left the story if he was on rank 10. And it's really the original Nice's destiny to come back from the dead. Or maybe this Nice referred to both the original Nice and Lin Ling, since they are considered as a set, like with how I see them. Well, regardless whether original Nice's return has anything to do with these rankings or not, I think it's now time to think about the theories of how he ended up like that. There's a popular theory about Nice not being human from the very beginning, including childhood. He could have been a clone, or a doll, or a vessel, or a puppet or something that is made of fear. He could have been created by Shangte himself or some other mad scientist. Some fans think that this creature was modeled after Shangte's son. If I'm not mistaken, Shang Chao is older than Nice, but if Shangte and his son had a wholesome relationship, which seems to be the case with how bright Shang Chao is, then I think it's very unlikely for Shangte to go through the trouble of searching or creating a child that resembles his son in order to do cruel things that he cannot do to his own son. So, in my opinion, this seems to be the least likely among the theories I've come across with. It's hard to explain, but to simplify it, I firmly believe that this boy is definitely human. That joy cannot be from some robot. Moreover, Nice was vomiting human blood on this scene. He also had some injuries and blurred visions that only a human could have had on this fight. And this splatter on his fall doesn't look purple to me, unless I've become colorblind, I guess. One may argue that his fear blood just looks like human blood on its earlier stages or something, but will change to its original color once he transforms. That's kind of far-fetched. So with that, I think we can disregard the inhuman Nice theory. It should be safe to assume that Nice was born a human in AC-16. Based on the official timeline list, Nice joined the three-man group when he was 18 years old. So it should be safe to assume that he only met Shangte around that time. So there's no way for Shangte to have created Nice since they only met when Nice was already a teenager. Another theory is that Nice was brought back to life because he was corrupted by fear. Some viewers in his universe also think the same. It's possible that the drop of fear that came in contact with him only manifested at a later time. Ghostblade seems fine, even though he went through the same. So maybe it needed some sort of trigger. And it may only have taken effect immediately if the effect was doubled, like with what happened with Smile. But it's also possible that for Nice's case, that drop of fear didn't really have much impact on him. Or perhaps it just helped in triggering the many fears deep inside him. Yeah, like he was the one who naturally developed that fear in him. After all, I think that compared to the other heroes, he is the one with the most things that he's afraid of. Let's see. Some of the things that he is scared about include fear of not being a hero anymore, fear of not making it to the top 10, fear of disappointing Shangte, fear of Shangte himself, fear of fear itself. The list goes on. But regardless of the origin of the fear in him right now, the possibilities of the start of the fear corruption varies. It could have been during the time at the warehouse in episode 23, or when he floated down on this scene, or after he had fallen, or something else I missed. If it was during the time at the warehouse, then maybe he managed to come back to his senses temporarily on this scene. But if it's during the time when the glitches happened, then it would explain why he doesn't seem like himself as he walks across Linling. But if it's during the time he has fallen, then that would mean fear itself resurrected him, not some other external factor. So, if going with this corrupted nice theory, fear might be what's keeping nice alive, or look alive at least. If we are going to take Nice's resurrection literally, then the Nice we are seeing right now is literally a zombie. But before we discuss about that further, do you know about what happened to Hero Split or Phobia Clone? You see, he was actually a hero who also died in the plane crash. The same plane crash Cyan was in. But his corpse was secretly taken by Shangte, and Shangte has been using that corpse on his researches and experiments on fear. Since Phobia Clone can be revived to have consciousness even, since he could communicate with Nice on this scene in episode 23, then it's very possible that Shangte had done the same with Nice. But whether this zombie still possesses the original Nice's soul or consciousness is hard to guess with little screen time he has. It depends on what he went through before the tournament started. But anyway, although there are a lot of hints that Shangte has something to do with this zombie Nice, the viewers in their universe even have similar speculations, thinking that the three-man group might be desperate to put two hero candidates in the tournament to make up for their previous scandals. But I think there might still be a possibility that it wasn't Shangta's doing. You see, we know that Nice is affiliated with Three Man, right? The same is reflected on Linling's profile. However, the current Nice doesn't have any affiliation. It's strange why it's being hidden. So, he is either still with Three Man because of Shangte, or it might be the Spotlight organization which made him like this. Or it could be some other group, or Nice just became like this on his own. So far, the most probable is that Nice is no longer affiliated with Three Men because of this episode 24 official relationship chart. Only Linling is under Three Men here, while Nice is not linked to anyone. So, Nice is finally free from Shangte, but at what cost? Although I am fond of shows with zombies, this zombie nice theory is the one I don't want to happen the most. So, please, just bring my baby back alive for real, or let him rest in peace. Last but not the least, there's this theory about this thing being just something like a robot or a clone of the original Nice that is fueled by fear. Yeah, in other words, this is literally not the Nice that we know because it's not Nice himself at all. It's literally a fake. So, this might be some monster created using fear, whether by Shangte or some other organization. It doesn't matter. It just hurts a bit less to think that this doll is not nice at all. However, if this fake isn't nice, then what could have happened to the real one? Well, he could be still dead, or he might be alive somewhere. Some fans speculate that X had rescued him again. But I don't want to get my hopes up since I don't see anything that could have hinted at throughout X's episode. Anyway, the fake nice theory is the least painful for me, under the assumption that the real nice is still alive somewhere, of course. Oh, there's actually another theory. Did you know that nice is actually a cat? What? Cats have 9 lives, right? He just used up one of his lives and he has other lives remaining. It makes perfect sense, right? Okay, I'm just kidding. That's just a crack theory. Crack. I swear it wasn't intentional. Out of the serious theories that I have shared in this video, for now, I think the corrupted nice and the zombie nice ones are the most probable. Though I think it could also be a combination, like it may have started with corrupted nice, then turned into zombie nice. Or maybe everything I said in this video could be wrong. Perhaps what actually happened is, once again, none of us could have anticipated. Lee Howling shows can be so unpredictable sometimes, it drives me crazy. But anyway, how about you? Which theory do you think is possible? Or do you have other theories? There isn't really a right answer at present anyway, so don't be shy to share in the comments. Anyway, regardless whether this broken doll is really nice or not, I hope it's not a reference to the Humpty Dumpty nursery rhyme. Like Humpty Dumpty, nice was also in some wall, and he also fell, and he also got broken. And whether it's by people in his universe, or us in the real world, or both, who managed to put his broken pieces together somehow, if his situation is indeed a reference to Humpty Dumpty, it would mean that he cannot be fixed. No, no, not my baby. I won't accept it. I can't. Maybe there's nothing to worry about. After all, the nice in the new opening team doesn't have those freaking cracks, right? It could be a sign of hope that there's a chance for nice to be back to normal. Yeah, I'm still coping. Let me be. Alright, I hope it didn't make you feel uncomfortable to listen to me yap and be overdramatic about one of my favorites. But if you enjoyed this video somehow, I would appreciate it if you click the like button. That always motivates me to create more To Be Hero X content. By the way, this video is just about the theories related to nice. And of course, I'm not done yet. After all, this is just a portion of the originally pretty long To Be Hero X episode 24 review. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again. Take care!